Here we go.
What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Entertainment Syndicate. We are coming to you from NES headquarters, located in the cupboard under the stairs at 4 Privet Drive, where we're still waiting on our letter from Hogwarts. Have you gotten anything, Les?
No, not really, man. It's all I saw was some dude in a big hood, and he just felt like it was taking my soul away. I passed out, but he's gone now.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
Do you know what his name was? Or are you not
Hollow-ish, something towards
not
the
supposed to speak his name?
Oh, yeah.
So, what's happening, Los?
Not much, man. Just, not really too many news on comics and TV shows, but huge on movies, man.
A lot of new movie news this week. There's some TV stuff that we can throw in there, but you don't watch the TV shows.
No, but I was able to do the season premiere of Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead, you were able to do that. Yeah, I didn't get off on time at work.
So for those of you who didn't, just give a spoiler sign or whatever. Pretty much, they went from land to sea, and in hindsight, you think it'd be safer.
Yeah.
But shit starts kicking off already, and
I'm interested in that because I still haven't seen the episode.
So I mean, think about it, man. In land, of course, you're surrounded by the walkers, but you got places to run.
Yeah.
You're in the ocean. I mean, you're isolated to your
on that boat.
Exactly, and that's your everything. That's your world. So, they left with a cliffhanger. Possible pirates. Possible good people. A lot of infighting already. So
yeah.
So far, so good.
That's cool. Yeah, I really did end up liking Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
There's a different take on this, especially being the beginning of the outbreak or the beginning of the apocalypse.
And they're not so keen on helping people like the regular Walking Dead was. If you know what I mean?
The main cast, or what do you mean?
Yeah, you know how on the Walking Dead is like, you come here, we're gonna help. The group keeps growing because they're trying to help everyone.
Well, yeah, there's different aspects with the whole, because nobody knows what's going on.
Exactly.
Like, people are, attacking each other.
Yep.
And we don't know what's going on. If they're psychotic or they're losing their mind, and then some sort of virus or plague.
Exactly.
And then how the army comes in to help, but then they see that they're not really helping. They're taking people out and keeping them.
Now, the whole thing, because, LA gets bombed.
Yeah, at the end of.
Right.
Do they show that in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
They show, the aftermath and everything, but
nuclear blast.
It's very cliche-ish, because I know for a fact, I can't name it now, but I'm just thinking about it right now. You could think of other movies that have done the same thing where they just bombed, a town.
They isolate an area and nuke it to clear it out and just whatever.
Yeah, probably them thinking, since it was so new, thinking it was an isolated incident.
Yeah.
It only takes one walker just miss it. And
literally one person, and it spreads like crazy, because, again, that aspect of nobody knows what's going on.
Right. And you know what? I just dawned on me, what movie? It's The Crazies.
The Crazies. Okay, I remember that one.
Remember at the end, they bomb the whole town.
Yeah.
And the main characters were able to escape, and then you can, at the end, you can hear them saying that two escaped, so might as well bomb the next city, kind of deal. But I remember it would be some government experiment thing or something like that.
With The Crazies, yeah.
But anyways, so they bombed LA, which pretty crazy. But I mean, that's just, they pretty much closed that chapter and started that new one with out in sea, which is gonna have its plethora of problems in its own, and it's pretty exciting.
I'm interested in that because as my recollection, we haven't seen that yet in this type of.
You know what? Yes. Romero's. I don't know if it's Romero. The what is it? One of those zombie ones.
A Romero movie?
I don't know. It's I think it's based on one of Romero movies, like a remake.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What's the name of the titles? Is it Dawn of the Dead?
Oh, the Romeros. Yeah, there's the original Night of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
It's one of those. It was a remake, and at the end they have to get to a boat, and they do.
Oh, you're talking about the remake of Dawn of the Dead?
Yes, remember that?
With the Zack Snyder directed one.
Yes.
Yeah, remember at the end, they get to a boat and you see like found footage stuff of them find an island. And
Correct.
But
Exactly.
I'm talking about like that whole process in between that we didn't see in the movie.
Yeah.
Where they're just isolated on the boat at sea.
Yeah. Oh no
What
no no
happened
no
to
no
it?
no. What I'm
That's-
saying is like that thought has been thought out, but it's never been played out.
Yeah, we've never seen that whole
Correct. So
arc happen.
I mean, we're think maybe Waterworld kind of situation here, right? You know.
Possibly, I don't think long term, but yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Cities within themselves, ocean cities, boats,
Or at least
tied
just
together.
The boats and yachts and stuff.
Yeah,
that,
they're gonna
had
have
each
good
other
people,
and then-
good people, and then bad people.
Yeah. So that was at the
Smokers!
the 4-color comics.
Yeah, Four
premiere.
Color Fantasies held this at Dave & Buster's. It was pretty fun. Raffle was given. So I know they're gonna be doing another one May 22nd for the ending of Fear the Walking Dead
Okay.
and for the premiere of Preacher.
So this is gonna be the same night. So
Same night.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
A lot of prizes. So Chris said
that
he
one
would be
for
giving a lot of
sure.
prizes.
I'll
Yeah.
make at least for the Preacher if it's after the Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I'll be there for sure. So that's cool because I just finished reading the volume 1 of Preacher too. That's
Okay.
loved it.
And
dude.
it's been, honestly, I can say it's been 4 to 5 years since I read it because that's one of my introductories to those kind of Vertigo stories and stuff like that. Crazy though, right?
So good.
Very adult content. How do you like the vampire?
He's awesome.
forget his
love
name.
that guy. Cassidy.
Cassidy.
It's Cassidy, Tulip, and Jesse,
Yeah.
the Preacher. The 3 main characters. Yeah, he's hilarious. He's awesome.
How he's always on drugs. He's
I
always
don't think
drunk.
I've gotten to that yet, but we've started out so far. He's been drinking, but nothing too far as
Oh, so
showing him
that
as an
okay,
alcoholic.
yeah,
And
they'll
this-
they'll
at least
explore
his
that.
first volume, yeah.
That's not a whole, that's not a spoiler, but
Yeah.
you start seeing his characters like, all right, I guess he likes to drink a lot.
Yeah, this first volume, again introduces I talked about last week the genesis about that baby-faced comet that comes to Earth.
Yep.
That was created by an angel and a demon, having sex and falling in love.
Right.
And we find out that God has retired and just come to Earth and retired. And the introduction of these characters, a little bit of what they've been, a little bit of their
Right.
backstory, and introduced the Jesse backstory of what happened to him as a kid and that family that he was raised
Yep.
in with
Mhm.
those evil, crazy people.
Yep.
That was insane. That was crazy.
So, besides that, did you buy all the volumes or you just?
I'm still bought volume 1. Just finished that. I'm gonna start buying the other volumes.
Right,
So
right,
I'm
good.
definitely gonna finish that run too.
So there you go, you guys. Pick that one up for sure if you want to start reading a story that's not very comic book hero.
It's dark,
Adult.
It's funny. It's that black comedy.
It's dark humor. That's what it is. If
And
anything,
it's-
like I said, and it's a good break from just your everyday capes, robbers, and whatnot.
It's
world ending.
Completely different because it has that religious kind of taboo stuff
Yep.
that the story involves in. It's really good, really good.
All right. Anything else for that?
Well,
Yes.
as far as that little 4-color premiere, did you get anything and like any prints or anything? Was that the artist was there, right? Doing
Yeah, they had
prints?
2 artists. You know what? No, not really.
Okay.
I got enough stuff. Maybe next time I'll think of something.
What'd they raffle off?
Just a $25 gift card.
Okay, cool.
So that's it, man.
Yeah, so I look forward to that one for May 22nd.
Yeah, we'll bite some
That'd be
people and
cool.
see if they want to go with us.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do that too. Send out the invites on the Facebooks.
All right, man. So let's get to the movies.
The movie business.
All right. So let's go with the top of the list. Make it easier for us. Suicide Squad.
Big news on Suicide Squad. Last week we reported that based on the darkness of the BVS movie,
Correct.
rumors went out there that they're doing reshoots because they want to add more comedy to it because all the comedy that was in the movie.
This was all rumors, but we thought it
Rumors.
was legit.
Yeah, that all the comedy that was in the movie you saw it in the trailer.
Yep. And
So all
David
this-
Ayer, not confirmed, denied that it was for comedy
For
reshoots
comedy purposes,
and stated that what?
it was for action.
Action.
More action stuff. And this was even confirmed by Jai Courtney, who plays Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
Said we're doing reshoots and doing some more action set pieces and stuff. But yeah, David Ayer.
It was probably because they caught it on the editing room floor. It's like, hey, you know what? We need to add more scenes, extend these scenes, or anything like that.
But that's the thing, though. Every movie in the history of movies has done reshoots.
Oh, yeah.
They wrap it up, and then maybe a month or two later, they reshoot
Because-
something.
Yeah, because think about it. You wrap up, we're done. But they haven't seen it officially on the editing room. You know, where everything's getting spliced together.
The way it's put together, maybe the director saw something missing in the story,
or yeah, exactly. It's not coming out the way he initially planned. So no big deal. It happens all the time.
yeah. But I'm thinking it was blown out of proportion because of the whole backlash and
You know what? It's something
negativity about
something
the
to hate.
BBS.
What for whatever reason, still a successful movie,
Yeah.
and we're done with that. I think you know what. It's a broken record. We already gave it our opinions. You know,
It is, but it's still in the news today. Still people talking about it today. I'm watching all these YouTube videos and shows that I watch that are still talking about.
hey, you know what? They're still talking about it, and they've watched it. So
I can't believe how controversial it's gotten. But yeah, okay, we'll move on.
I mean, hey, it's getting played. They're watching it. So
I'm gonna go see.
good
it
on
again.
them.
So
Good on them.
It's got my money. But continuing with Suicide Squad, just today, last night at the
Yesterday,
MTV.
it was Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, last
Yeah.
night at the MTV
Movie Awards.
Some of the cast of the movie was there, and they introduced a new trailer.
Now this trailer pretty much showed me the whole movie. I don't know.
You think so?
It did. I mean, I'm not gonna figure out. I mean, it's not to figure out, but I feel like it was a lot of information that I didn't need.
I felt there was a lot more scenes that we've seen now, a lot more new footage. But as far as the story wise, it's like I don't know where it's going.
Well, I mean, story wise, you already get the idea. Let's get
The basic gist of it. Let's
get throwaway criminals to do good for the government, so that can always deny it if something bad happens. But I was just seeing a lot of scenes. I was like, oh, you know what? No, just keep me with teasing, man. I'm okay with teasers. I'm okay with the trailer being 10 seconds and that's it. I'm a big fan of 10-second trailers, man. It's like cool, keeps me interested. I don't let me experience that on my own when the movie comes out.
And at this point in time, I'm used to it. It's like I'm gonna see this in the theater anyways. Honestly, by the time I'm sitting in that
Right.
seat, I had forgotten everything about the trailers and the pieces until like that scene comes up in the movie. It's like, oh, this was in the trailer. If that ever crosses my mind, but I'm stuck in the movie watching the movie.
And it bugs me. It just bugs me because I used to work in the theater. So back then, trailers. Honestly, I don't know if you've heard this. You probably for sure heard this. Trailers are getting worse and worse. Where there's just like, bam.
It's a different culture nowadays where
Right.
trailers are an event. There are teasers for trailers coming out
Yes.
nowadays.
And
There are teasers for teasers
I feel
for
like
trailers.
the teasers for the trailers were the original trailers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how
almost
trailers used to be.
in months in advance now. Now we're getting them years in advance.
Yes.
Where
And
we're
it
getting
seems
the
like
teasers.
whatever they shoot, cut it.
Throw something out there now.
And how many times have those trailers have not even showed those scenes because in the actual movie because they ended up getting cut out for whatever
That's
reason.
true. I
You
remember
know what I mean?
I remember those days too, where you'd see something in the trailer, but that wouldn't be in the movie.
And it still happens, like Fantastic Four. Other movies have had different trailers, and they could because they're showing the trailer, or they're showing the trailer as they're shooting the movie. So anything can happen. Anything can get cut.
It seems almost rare nowadays where I've seen a trailer and pieces of that have been missing out of the movie.
Mhm.
But yeah, that I'm sure that still happens. But
Oh yeah, still happen. But so, anyways, a lot of information, I think, for myself. I
a
was like,
lot of
all
good
right.
footage. Though.
Yeah, there was a lot of good footage, but I was like, a lot of information. I was like, all right. We get to see Batman
We get to see
jumping off a
a
building.
couple good shots of Batman.
Some
this
good
movie.
action shots, I guess.
Really good.
Comic book shots.
Really good stuff of the Joker.
Yep.
How did you like that?
Yeah, I loved it.
You-
They got Batman jumping off the building with spreading his wings, or his wings
And
escape.
he's got like a respirator or something because the way it's cut together, it looks like Harleen is falling into the ocean or some
Right.
lake or something. And then you see that shot of Batman jumping. He's got a respirator.
Right.
Did you notice that?
No,
He's got
I
a
did not see that.
Yeah, he's got a respirator with a little bat logo on it, lit up. I go frame by frame on these things.
Or maybe we could go back at the end of this shooting. All right, but besides that, man, it was exciting.
There's a lot more Harley stuff, a lot more of a few different characters, a lot more Diablo.
A lot of action seemed like really on characters that I think
Yeah.
aren't really known to outside to the mainstream.
Killer Croc, Katana,
You know what I mean?
Diablo.
Harley's action scenes look pretty amazing.
That was cool.
They showed her actually
acrobatic
knows how to
stuff and
fight, you know what I mean?
fighting, Yeah. And I like, just her personality shines through in that too. Just like that scene where the helicopter
Yep.
like, finishes, crashing. She walks out. What a ride!
Right.
It's like that's totally Harley. Yeah, it looks like two Deadshot's kind of stepping up as leader role, where you see him like his interaction fighting with Diablo. and-
Which actually fits perfectly into the Suicide Squad comic. Because in the comics, he's taken the lead role too.
He's one of the original
Correct.
squad members from back in the original
Even
Suicide Squad.
have you seen that DC movie,
The Arkham.
Assault on Arkham,
Yeah. I saw
where he takes the lead and everything like that? And that Harley, they show Harley's fight martial arts. I guess we want to say how she's really good, actually good at it. You know.
Yeah.
So really good so far, though.
I really like the trailer, and I'm still like as excited to see this movie.
All right, what's next, man?
WB World still. The Justice League official, I guess, the production started today, so they're moving on with it.
So they're rolling. They're
guess.
doing principal photography, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's involved, but yeah, as of today, it's official. Justice League.
I believe
under
usually
production.
that's when they're shooting on scene. You know, they're cinematic photographer.
That's another bit of the news too. They were just another headline about that movie was the cinematographer from BVS is not returning for Justice League, which was, I guess, some sort of deal because it was an article, but I didn't read it all or find out who it was. But yes, so that's official now. So
I guess if for people that cared about that, I mean,
I do, because that's like, okay, it's starting. We're gonna start seeing more set pictures. We're gonna start seeing.
Oh, I thought you were saying that it was not the same guy, and you thought that was a big deal.
Yeah, for some reason it's a big deal because it was a headline, but I didn't read more onto that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, just as
yeah,
far
so
as the
what
Justice
they're going to
League,
do is shooting what sets, confirming, getting the aesthetic of how
we're
the
gonna
scenes
start
look.
seeing the members together, and just it's like another late 2017 that this is coming out.
They're shooting kind of early-ish,
Yeah.
right?
Year and a half.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Well,
Usually shooting a movie takes about 3.
3 to 6 months, depending on the type of production it is.
True, very true, very true. Especially 6 months if you're looking at those productions that do seasonal kind of weather shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, in location scouting, they know
What they want to shoot at.
what environment they want to shoot at, and they'll just move.
You
to
got to
those
wait for that
places.
environment, yeah, specifically. But yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, gets you excited somewhat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Did you ever see those pictures of like the cast at the red carpet premieres?
No, I haven't seen those.
There's shots of I guess it was the London premiere
Right.
for Batman v Superman, where a lot of the cast was together. So we see Ezra Miller, who's playing the Flash, who has changed. He's looked like he's yoked up and gotten like in really good shape.
Really?
You see Ray Fisher, who plays Cyborg, and Aquaman,
Right.
and they've all been like Instagramming and tweeting pictures of them like hanging out and stuff.
Funny thing, my wife, not knowing much about Justice League, after she watched Batman vs Superman, really got interested with Cyborg.
Really?
Yeah, that scene of him right there, that was a well played scene.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Not talked about too much, but but she really liked it. It really piqued her. It was like Cyborg.
'Cause she's like no idea
She was
what's
asking,
going
she was
on.
asking questions like, "Where's Cyborg? Is he, one of the original members?" She thought the original members were only 3, the big 3: Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh no."
Justice League has 7 to 10, and then sometimes rotating members.
Correct.
And, yeah.
So
that's
honorary
cool.
member. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Something that I would have never thought of because I've been a fan, but from a different view.
Yeah.
So from the outside looking in. So that was pretty cool.
So what did she think about? Did she mention anything about like that Flash scene or the Aquaman scene?
No, just the
Just
cyborg scene
Cyborg.
really
Wow, that's
piqued
cool.
her interest. So that was pretty cool.
Because that was because the scene we're talking about, just like you see his basically origin in form of him being just like what?
Yeah,
his torso and
his
head.
torso, his dad trying to give him life,
So
and
that's
then
cool.
possibly a mother box right there at the bottom corner kind of deal.
That's what I'm hearing. It was a mother box. Yeah, like it's like animated and it comes to life, quote
Yeah.
unquote, and like attaches to Cyborg and builds his body. So
So
that's cool.
because some of you may not know about boom tombs and all that, whatever. We can get into detail a little bit later on. Cyborg is able to use a mother box internally and boom himself to a different location. For those of you who don't know what a boom box is, just think about a teleporter. That's what it really is. Honestly,
Between dimensions and other
yeah,
planets.
it's a
and-
teleporter.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple, just teleports him. More complicated than that, but just a teleport.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So also, there's been talks about for the Flash movie,
Right.
including Cyborg in that. So it may be like a buddy movie, a little team up. So
That sounds interesting.
that'd be pretty cool.
But no script has been officially.
Nothing that we've
Green
seen,
light,
but yeah, there's been talks from people at Warner Brothers saying that mentioning that how they have a good relationship, or how this Flash movie will
Yeah,
have a more lighter tone.
So
or some-
depending on how it, I can see that.
yeah, I mean, the story could change from one day to the next as far as the movie goes.
Sounds good, man.
And included in that is like Warner Brothers has changed their movie lineup around a bit.
Shuffle a couple things
Cause,
around.
yeah, because how Marvel and DC have the next 5-6 years planned.
Which happens, and it still happens in Marvel. I'll talk about that a little bit later.
So yeah, so the DC lineup is currently, as of last week, changed. They moved up Wonder Woman movie 3 weeks, so
Closer.
just a couple weeks sooner than before originally planned. They were working also on a Jungle Book movie. This
Okay.
was directed by Andy Serkis,
Okay.
that famous guy from Lord of the Rings who plays Gollum and stuff.
So
So that movie's getting pushed back, possibly because of that Jon Favreau Disney Jungle Book that's
Which
coming out in a couple weeks.
looks amazing to me.
It does. It's coming out this week, isn't it?
And I believe he's
this
quoted saying it's one of the best movies he's ever made, as in cinematography.
That's what I'm hearing.
He's saying
Visually,
it's just amazing, beautiful.
like visually, it's something like you've never seen
That-
before.
that-
That it's
yeah.
that advanced.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the rumors, and that it's a good movie in general too. And so the WB has 2 open slots now for movies.
2 open slots. What does that mean?
October 2018 and November of 2019.
So 2 slots not filled in with any
So
specific
they got
movie?
2 slots. It's funny how these studios are like, we're gonna release a movie on this date. It's like, what?
So what would you think?
Possibly like a Batman standalone.
A Superman standalone?
That I think's been kind of maybe pushed to the side a bit more now that Batfleck has been such a breakout. And then just to talk of Batman finishing the script or writing the script.
I heard
for
he
his
already
own
finished the
standalone.
script. Like
Finished?
he's done.
So that may be
Ben
one of
Affleck
the-
is done with the script.
that be maybe one of the things.
All right, so let's say
Filled in.
one slot for Batman. Okay, what could the other slot possibly be?
Second one, what is it? I heard a possibility of something,
I mean,
but
and
not comic book related.
Constantine? No, not comic book
Not
related.
comic book
Oh, okay,
related,
so it's just
yeah.
Warner Brothers attained.
But this is just again rumor. But officially, we have 2 open slots with
Mhm.
no movies yet. But
Okay, so with the possibility of one being Batman,
possibility of one being Batman.
Which-
yeah.
I can see. I mean, why not? Come on.
I think they'd want to fast track that.
Yeah, definitely. And he's a great writer, so I'm okay with that script.
Great writer, even great director. Him directing his own Batman movie.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
All right.
We got Marvel news. We got some Marvel news.
Marvel TV news. Yeah.
And one little tidbit of a couple movie stuff.
With
What do you
Inhumans. Well, I'll go with the Inhumans real quick. Delayed. Like you know how you were talking about movies being shuffled. Delayed for a couple months.
Mhm.
No big deal. It's getting shuffled because of, first of all, maybe I'll hint to this a little bit more when we come to the subject of Captain America 3.
Okay.
But it got shuffled back, pushed back a little bit, just because of new projects that have been greenlit and stuff like that. But nothing crazy, nothing like, oh, we're doing it next. We're gonna do it. It's just a couple of months and that's it. So Inhumans still go.
Which
And
I'm still curious about because I haven't heard, word one about any cast members.
They're
or
I know for a
writers
fact
or
they've
even a
been
director.
cast members. I believe the Medusa role.
Okay.
I
Is
don't
she one
have
of
the
main
information right now.
lineup?
Don't know the main lineup yet. I know they're still working on it, but as soon as they get it figured out, boom, production starts in a couple months.
Okay.
But so far, it's just Inhumans. A little just quick note on the delay on that, but nothing too crazy. It's just moved back a couple months.
All right. How about can you explain about the Inhumans, who they are, or what they're involved in, or how?
Inhumans, if I remember correctly, were created off an off-breed from. I can't remember with a specific race. They were just created off a race. God, I know it was a race that fights the Chitauri a lot. I can't remember the race.
And those are the aliens that we
Yeah.
saw in the first Avengers. Okay.
Correct. And it was like an off-breed that ended up becoming stronger, and they were such a minority initially, but then expanded to where they were like, we're our own people, and they decided to break away free and just rule on their own, have their own world.
Do they have like mutant type abilities? Like,
They do. They
do
do
they come
have,
from the X-Men world?
yes,
or-
yes,
okay.
and no. They have mutant abilities, but that manifest themselves in extreme ways. the leaders of the Inhumans is Black Bolt.
Mhm.
His power is pretty much think Canary and Banshee if they were on steroids, and you multiply their Super Saiyan powers times 1,000,000.
So basically,
Like he can't talk. He will not talk at all because he will destroy you.
I think I've seen him in a panel or two of something where he speaks or verbalizes something and just completely obliterates
Correct. Like
what's in front of him.
But he looks so legitly dope, badass, But yeah, so they have their own race and stuff like that. It created, I believe it was accident or just mutation. It was just experiment or something like that. But they have their own world right now. We're in the dark side of the moon or the blue side of the moon kind of deal. They've decided to live there, and since I haven't seen the Shield thoroughly, can't say how
Agents of Shield.
yeah, Agents of Shield. I can't state how they're going to fit in exactly if they're going to play off actual, mutation or or whatever.
Yeah, because that's not one of the shows that I watch either.
Mm-mm.
Agents of Shield.
But that's pretty much
they're
it on that.
basically an Avengers type group.
Correct.
Okay.
And then Star-Lord and Thor confirmed for the Infinity War. So definitely going to be bringing everybody in for this movie.
Because they'd have to. Because this is kind of the culmination of the whole Thanos type of deal where he gets his
Correct.
ultimate power with these 5 Infinity Stones,
Mm-hmm.
the Infinity Gauntlet where he controls time.
And based on that, I'm wondering if the Guardians 2 will have some
Tie-in somehow.
tie-in, exactly, and same with Ragnarok.
I think it might have to.
Right?
Especially-
You
yeah,
just can't
'cause-
throw him in. Oh, surprise, we're
yeah.
here. So
Because the Guardians have that space kind of element, and Thanos was a big part of that with
Correct.
getting that one Infinity Stone
So
from them, and
the next 3 years for Marvel is going to be pretty crucial.
it's gonna be huge.
It's all the things they lined up leading to with including Civil War was like once Civil War starts, the whole buildup is going to start paying off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the next few years, because there's still the Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming
Yeah,
before
exactly.
then. The third Thor coming before then.
Ragnarok, correct.
Ragnarok. Yeah, so this Infinity War is gonna be huge.
It's gonna be an amazing movie.
That's gonna be awesome. And I'm curious as like what happens after that. Like, are all these
Reboot?
heroes still gonna be standing and
Reboot?
Like, probably that'd be, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Reboot, go back to Iron Man 1 again.
Yeah.
Recast Iron Man.
Hey, sometimes you gotta reshoot it for a different perspective, different view, different take.
That's gonna be interesting, but that's what 5 years from now.
Oh yeah, so
Couple
long
years.
ago. But hey, that's what I love being in the comic world, man. Reshoots, reboots. We'll always get to see new stuff.
That's how I kind of feel with everything in general with the media. Like the whole movie world is a different just universe.
Right.
The whole comics is their universe.
Right,
TV's their own universe. But like how this nerd rage about, oh, this isn't the way it is in the comics, or it is not this way, it's not that way. It's like I just think of it's a different universe.
Right.
And it's just
Right.
it's a different storyline. It's taking
You're always gonna have critics, man, and
yeah.
we are our own worst enemy. We are. We truly are.
That's true. I have my own gripes too, but it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
ruin things for me, and I don't
No.
start petitions to kick people off of projects and
No.
or hate. But whatever. So moving on to
Defenders shooting late, 2016.
so this was a headline. Charlie Cox, the guy who plays Daredevil, mentioned that they're going to start working on Defenders, and it's like officially going to start shooting later this year.
Yeah, because they already announced, the Luke Cage show's gonna start at the end of
September?
yeah,
Something
towards the
like
end of
that.
this year. So
And
I
then
mean-
Iron Fist coming. So once that, including Jessica Jones
So,
and Daredevil. As
exactly. So
Defenders,
Defenders gonna be start shooting late 2016. That means the cast is already ready.
I'm sure they got something in the works now.
Exactly.
Writers,
So if they're doing this, Iron Fist is pretty much check mark. There's just working whatever detail there is. So I'm wondering if he's going to site shoot Iron Fist with the Defenders. You know what I mean?
that's a possibility.
Just to save
based
time.
on the timeline.
Yeah,
how that
exactly. And
works.
that's the only reason I'm basing it. It's just on timeline alone.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man.
That's gonna be cool.
That
Yeah,
the honestly the Marvel TV world on fire with Netflix right now.
Yeah, that's a whole new world to me. That's like, I love it. It's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Great medium for comics.
Netflix.
Hopefully DC.
Yeah, especially Netflix having that, or anything on TV like episodic, having more time
Right.
to work with these characters and stories, and
And I wonder if Warner Brothers is gonna get into this. I know they own Hulu, correct?
Well, I mean, they do
They
it with
own
the
Hulu,
they do
right?
it with the Flash and Arrow and Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow.
no. I wonder if
so
they're gonna get into the
Netflix
streaming. No, I don't think they'll ever do Netflix, but God, don't quote me on this, but I believe they own Hulu.
Warner Brothers.
I believe Warner Brothers
I'm not
owns
sure.
Hulu.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if they're gonna get into the streaming world, because I know that, I mean, Marvel has Agents of Shield, or is that Fox? No, Fox
So
owns.
that's
No, that's Marvel.
that's ABC.
Is it?
It's ABC Disney.
I mean, there you go. So
Right.
they're still doing regular TV, but you got Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, and you got Daredevil, and they're a little bit darker side. So I was like, why not stream it where you have free roam?
Yeah,
So I'm wondering why not take advantage of that? Will they ever take
they
advantage?
should. I don't see it happening because I mean they got such success going on.
They
with
do, and
what
they do.
have
Yeah,
right now.
Correct, they do.
But they should have, if anything, Constantine should have been probably on a different channel. Because I really ended up liking the Constantine
They
show.
should stream. They should definitely.
That would have been cool.
Stream a
going,
dark, real vertical version of.
They even could
Constantine.
have gone darker than what was shown on the NBC show because that was pretty scary with like the magic and the ghosts and the
Right.
that stuff. Like it ended up being a really good show. I liked it a lot. And
It's hard to downplay something like that because it really takes away a lot from it.
well, I don't know because at the same time because like Hannibal was a dark show. I don't know if you've ever saw Hannibal. Like that was a
No.
pretty dark and gruesome show that ended up getting canceled. But after 3
It-
seasons,
But it goes back to the same thing. It's like you can go dark, but you still have to play it safe. Like you can't cross that line. And Constantine, if you ever read the original Hellblazer, completely crossing the line all the time, and you really are holding him back if you can go that far.
yeah, if you're keeping him on a network television show,
You,
if anything, he should be like on AMC or something.
correct.
Yeah.
And like I said, you really are holding him back.
Yeah, because he's a foul-mouthed, cocky,
Sexual deviant.
anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I don't see them going to the streaming just yet. Any word on that? But kind of talking about that, like the way Preacher is a dark show going
Yeah.
to AMC. That just reminded me that comic series that you read, The Boys, is being adapted for TV, again by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, his partner. But that's going to Cinemax.
So Cinemax is a paid
Paid cable
subscription.
channel. Yeah.
Like it's not on your package unless you pay for that
Yeah,
specific.
so they have more free reign to just go balls out with any topic, any
Wow.
route
So
that they're gonna go.
they must have. I mean, if Seth Green is getting the green on this, they must have loved what they did with Preacher behind closed doors. People that already seen that.
Because I saw the premiere of Preacher, and I loved it. It was really good, and just the word of mouth from the people that have seen it, it's all positive.
So all right, man, God, he better not kill that for me, man.
So we'll see how
I might be that
goes.
little fanboy. Oh, you fucking.
You ruined my childhood.
So The Boys, man. Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, 'cause I remember you read that one, and I saw that. I was like, oh, that's news that
Mark
that
Wade.
you'd like.
All right. So what's next now?
Going into some Marvel movie stuff. Cap 3, Civil War. There was a early screening, I guess, for like press and
Critics.
some fans and stuff, just this past weekend, maybe Friday or something like
Yeah.
that. And again, I mean, just no surprise, the word of mouth on it is just
Amazing.
amazing. How it's to date
Yep.
the best Marvel movie
Yep.
that's been there.
That's all I've heard, which gets me excited, makes me want to see it more.
And I believe it because these
That
movies
is
have just been
Such
on a roll.
high praise. And the one thing that, remember I said I was going to touch on it a little bit later, more on the Inhumans.
Uh-huh.
They love Spider-Man.
Yeah, both Spider-Man and Black Panther,
They love Spider-Man. So
and I'm not surprised.
definitely. So think about that. We're talking about movies getting criticized the most. The most criticized character has always been Spider-Man.
He's had 2 series of movies.
Yeah. So
Already.
most
This is his
he-
third.
heavily criticized character. I mean, we're talking about characters getting criticized, and I think the Amazing Spider-Man was awesome with,
Andrew
Garfield? but all the critics were saying that he was amazing.
I believe it.
So they're gonna go forward. They said, believe that they're gonna go forward with Spider-Man even sooner.
It's
And I
its own
believe
standalone.
yes, and I believe just to make space, not to work against each other. Maybe that's the deal. Don't have competing movies in the same month kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
They move the Inhumans back. That's the
okay.
reason.
All right. But yeah, the positive word of mouth on this Captain America 3. Not surprised. Because just the trailers have been looking awesome. And everybody's talking about the airport scene.
Think how many fight scenes there is, though, that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 already. So it's pretty much going to be a whole brawl. And I believe it's 2 Civil War movies, right? Or is it just one?
Just one.
Just one movie? Okay.
Yeah, it's Infinity War. That's 2. This one's 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, whew.
I'm excited. Ever since the announcement of the sharing of the Spider-Man character, I was like confident. Like, okay, once it's in Marvel's proper's hand, the way they've been on a roll with everything, this is going to be the best Spider-Man.
They definitely had to say, hey, I mean, for them to Sony and be like, all right, we'll let you borrow Spider-Man. There's some secret deal behind that we don't know what's going on. Like what was said is like, we need this character to be this. We'll help you out. We've done such an amazing job with Marvel. I know you have the rights for Spider-Man, Sony. Let us have this, and we'll help you out.
This was kind of like from that backstory. I don't know if you remember the Sony email leaks. Like somebody hacked into the Sony production studios. A bunch of
information.
Stuff was leaked out.
Crazy information, yeah.
And like that kind of hurt Sony a bit, where there even was talk about the movie side of it, the production side of it, closing down. So that's why that had something to do with Marvel kind of like, hey, now is our opportunity to probably get Spider-Man back. But Sony's like, okay, we'll share them, but we'd still, because they're still going to make their own standalone.
Oh, yeah,
Spider-Man standalone is going to be a Sony production.
Sony will never, ever let
Marvel
that one go.
now has their hand on, he can, getting their writers on board or something. But even just that quick 2-3 seconds that we saw him in the end of that trailer, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good Spider-Man because it's in Marvel's hands.
Yep.
And it just all the word of mouth. How
May can't come any sooner.
It's going to be so exciting. That's going to be a really good one.
And then moving on to the next Marvel movie.
Next, I guess it's probably wrapped up now from what I've heard. And then we saw some set photos of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, especially the way they were releasing these footages. I'm guessing it's probably in the editing room floor right now.
Well, we're getting an official trailer tomorrow from what I read from one of the sources that I follow. So
there you go.
Official trailer. So that's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see that.
I mean, I'm excited because doing the occult, especially when it comes to movies, it's kind of, iffy.
The whole magic world.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's not a big, broad cup of tea, if you know what I mean, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Especially, introducing the magic side of their
you think,
comic world
exactly,
with what we're so used to with.
It's just corny stuff you normally think of when it comes to magic, It's like, oh, witches is, you know what I mean?
Superheroes and magic, how does that work?
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, there's always sci-fi magic movies, you know what I mean? But it's always kind of like, oh, off-played for kids, very, I'm going to hunt this witch. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not get too specific. The witch hunter, the last blah, 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 the seventh son. You know what I mean?
I've never even seen those.
I have, but it falls in the realm as like, you think magic, you think medieval.
Like fantasy,
and medieval, you know what I mean? So this is magic, but in superhero world. So I'm excited.
Do you read the Doctor Who stuff, or have you read
Doctor Who?
Doctor Strange.
Strange. I've read a few of his things, but I'm not keeping recent with him.
But you just know the basics of his origin and how he.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Nothing about this.
Oddly enough, he after Civil War, he was a big hand on helping with erasing people's memory of Spider-Man being Parker.
Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he'll might have a cameo in this, or maybe end credits.
Maybe, probably.
That'll be exciting to sit and wait and watch.
Which I hate that DC didn't do.
I'm fine with it. It's a Marvel. It's strictly a Marvel thing. I don't know of any other company, any other movie that does end credit stuff.
No.
Can you think of any? It's strictly a Marvel thing.
Little signature.
Marvel.
Bam, bam. All right, what's next?
Other trailers. Did you see the Rogue One trailer?
Wow.
That Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah.
The Star Wars story. That looked really cool.
Now, okay. I'm gonna geek out a little bit, just in theory. What I'm hoping for in Rogue One, for those of you who don't know, this is not a sequel, not anything new. This is a prequel. It takes us to where when Princess Leia, right, is talking to R2D2, talking about the plans of the Death Star, the first Death Star. Yeah. This is how we got led up to that moment.
Yeah, this is basically the stealing of the plans to the Death Star, which then leads into the New Hope.
Correct.
Star Wars.
So this is a side story, I guess.
This is an ultimate prequel, basically, because this is set before all 7 movies that we.
Correct. And from watching those movies, they already said it. A lot of people died to get this information, kind of deal. So there's gonna be a lot of people dying.
That's one thing about prequels, though.
What's that?
It's like, okay, seeing these last 7 movies, maybe just even seeing A New Hope, the first Star Wars,
right?
And then we see this prequel. We kind of know how it's gonna end.
Correct. Like I said,
that's every prequel. It's like a
lot of people are gonna die.
Yeah, but that kind of takes away a little of the investment of like the high stakes of like you're still gonna care for these characters, but you know how it's gonna end up because you never see these.
In that mind, it makes it exciting because all right, now you can focus on the action scene because I don't want to hear these backstory.
You can just see how it plays out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either way, Vader is here.
This might be the first.
So this is Vader's world.
Yeah.
So Vader can be played pretty well here. So for me, what I would like was like a big buildup. You hear his voice or they talk about him. Just a big reveal at the end and just show him amazingly. Actually, show him off. You never really get to see Vader be badass.
Yeah.
So why not show him being badass? So
because he's in this world he's the ultimate evil. He's been the most ultimate threat, Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. It's the epitome of evil in the Star Wars.
So, but either way, the trailer showed AT-ATs.
I like how it looks.
That Death Star being built.
It looks very old school, like very in that world of the original Star Wars. Like it doesn't really look that shiny or polished, like the Force Awakens looked. So I like that aspect of the way the movie looked.
Talking about that, they showed those water collectors that were seen in Tatooine.
The droids?
No. It's like you see this like big old collector. Not Tatooine. What's the desert?
Tatooine.
Is it Tatooine?
Where Luke grew up.
Yeah, where you see water collectors. So they're it's those big machines. You probably didn't know what they were, but you've seen it for sure.
Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it.
But they also showed. Remember before they showed the trailer, it had those teaser pictures with like Vader's Death Squad kind of deal. They're Death Troopers.
The all black stormtroopers.
Yeah, those are Vader's private owned Death Troopers. So that's pretty badass.
They look really cool.
So, hint, Vader.
Yeah, there's been talk about him being in this, especially being the prequel and stealing the plans from him.
Yep. So very excited, man. Can't wait.
That's coming out later this year. Yeah.
End of this year, man. So there's gonna be a Star Wars every year. So yeah. And let Disney be Disney. It's Christmas, holiday time. It's time to push that Star Wars movie.
They just own December and then merchandise for Christmas, like you said.
Now.
Come on, they're gonna make billions. And then Episode 8 started filming too. So yeah, Star Wars is once a year.
Mm-hmm. Also, Rogue One has a lot of big A-listers.
Yeah, they're getting good cast with this. Like
Forrest Whitaker's in it.
Just like it's not your standard cast. It's like very eclectic. Like there's the Diego Luna. There's I forget Ip Man. Who's the guy who played Ip Man?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Ong Bak and all. Oh no, that's Ip Man. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just the diverse cast that they have.
And just seeing that, they're probably like, you know what? We're not dedicated to 3 to 4 movies, so we can do this, one-time deal.
And I like how it's like a female lead character, like this kind of badass
very empowering
character. Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. Now our next trailer is...
Actually, did you hear there's rumors that people already started rumors that she's probably Rey's mom? This character, Jin, that's in Rogue One.
No, there's no way.
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't think
God,
so. The timeline.
There's no
But
way.
just how people start coming up with these theories is like it's funny.
No way.
Oh, okay. I don't think so. I doubt it.
Mm-mm.
Another new trailer that dropped just this weekend.
I haven't seen that
think-
one.
I think at the MTV Awards too was a new trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Talking about more
Out
of the shadow.
Shadows.
Yeah.
They showed more of.
Khan, I'm guessing.
No, they actually
Kang?
didn't
No, really?
show. They showed more in the one before.
Mm.
Just that quick little clip of him busting.
Fighting,
the
rotating.
body.
Yeah.
They showed more kind of like action and a little more of the comedy and more Casey Jones and Shredder and the Bebop and Rocksteady. It's like nothing spectacular, but I'm still interested in watching it.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely for the people who watch the cartoon.
Yeah, because it has all this Dimension X and
oh, yeah.
the
I know they touched about it on the new ones, but this is reminiscence of the old.
this is
Teenage
just
Mutant-
totally like let's take an episode and make it a feature-length movie with all these characters.
So I'm excited.
That'll be another good one.
And like I
Yeah.
said, nothing but mostly movies today.
Nothing in the comic world. You haven't been reading anything?
I did buy Black Panther today. Got Archie 6 and 7.
How'd you like the Black Panther? Did you read it yet?
No, not yet. Haven't
Oh.
read it yet. I got a blank cover. So.
Nice.
And then I got Old Man Logan number 4, I believe. 3 or 4.
4's out.
4 is out.
Okay, I have.
It's either
I'm
3 or
on
4.
2.
So it's probably 3
I'm
then.
behind. Okay.
And then what else did I get? I picked up Waiting on Dread, which is a good read. You should start reading Dread, man.
Is it new, like a reboot, issue 1, or is it just?
Yes. Let's just say yes.
Uh-huh.
They start new comics, which is new stories.
New arc.
Yeah, new arc, pretty much. And then, what else did I pick up? I think I picked up some side stuff just to try them out.
Cool.
That's pretty much it. What about you?
Yeah, comics. Other than finishing up Preacher, I haven't been to the shop in a bit to pick up my pull list. So I'm behind on a few issues.
And then Gaming Division, man. God, you need. I know
really
you're
getting into it.
I like it. It gets hard, man. It's definitely World of Warcraft shooter.
Because after we talked about it last week, I researched a bit more, checking out like the YouTube reviews
Right.
and stuff, and it seemed like there was nothing. It wasn't like bad reviewed and stuff. It was just decent.
Something that didn't
Yeah.
it didn't catch you. It didn't.
It didn't.
Same.
Yeah, it didn't catch me, and more so they're like, oh, there's other games that I'd prefer to play over this one right now. So, I mean, I might pick it up when it's
I
a
need a
little
team
cheaper
member,
used or
man.
something.
I need people to help me out.
But like one of the things they've talked about is like how it's just very repetitive, and as you're leveling up, and there's this section called the Dark Zone where you need to be topped off to really enjoy that section, the Dark Zone or something.
That's your PvP. The Dark Zone is a PvP.
Yeah,
and
so that's why you'd have to be so leveled up because everybody playing in there is
court, but
already maxed out.
it's PvP to the point where they can kill you, but they can also help you out. And it's good to have other players like teammates, because those players that do go rogue and start killing you, you can kill them off, and you know, and you get credits, you get better weapons. But it's pretty hard, man. You definitely have some good weapons. But yeah, it is repetitive right now. But they're gonna introduce a raid thing on the new update.
Okay.
So it's gonna get updated and add new stuff to it. So it is MMO.
Yeah.
So, but it's so far I've liked it, man, and I'm very big on team effort. You know, talking and everything like that. So I like it so far, man. I'm addicted to it for now.
Cool. Yeah, I will. I'll give it a shot. I'll look up again and see if I find a used copy.
But besides that, that's it for me, man. You got anything else?
Not much. I haven't done much gaming either in a while.
All right, man. Then so that's thanks for listening, guys. This is pretty much game over for us.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us again.
Hit us up. Ask any questions. Let us know, man.
Comment, subscribe, like, share, and we'll talk to you next week.
Have a good night, guys.
Later.